Hi, welcome to Unit 6, Day 5. This is the data video for unknown number 2. So if you've selected this video, you have chosen to do unknown number 2. Okay, so your first step is to choose and write down your unknown number. And I should mention, by the way, that with this video, while you're watching this video, you are recording data in your lab document. All right, so coming back to step 1, you're going to choose and write down your unknown number. And since you're watching this video, you must have chosen unknown number 2. And you're going to record that here in your data table. So inside the red brackets. All right, step 2 is to weigh an empty evaporating dish and record the mass in your data table. So here's our evaporating dish. We put it on the scale and the mass reads 14.78 grams. We go ahead and record that in the first row of our data table. All right, the third step is to weigh approximately 3 grams of our unknown into the evaporating dish and then record the mass. So our evaporating dish has a mass of 14.78 grams. If I'm going to weigh out 3 grams into that, the scale should go up to 17.78, approximately about that much. So I'm aiming to get it around there. So I'm going to take my unknown, scoop some out, and put it inside of the evaporating dish, and I get the mass to be 17.77 grams. All right, cool. So I'm going to record that value into this section of the data table, the second row. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to heat up our hydrate for about 5 minutes to remove the waters. Now remember, the waters are loosely attached to the ionic compound of the hydrate, so by heating you can remove them. So if we're heating to remove the water, what do you think is going to happen to the mass of our sample? If we're removing water, is it going to increase or decrease? That's right, we expect by removing the waters that the mass will decrease. So in a moment, we're going to weigh this and see how much did this decrease. So let's go ahead and turn our Bunsen burner off. And since this is hot, we're going to carefully remove this with tongs. And then we need to let it cool down to room temperature. All right, once it's cool, we're going to take it and put it on top of the scale to reweigh it. So this will be the mass of our evaporating dish and our anhydrous salt. So we got for this 17.56 grams. And we're going to record that value in the table here. All right, so now that we've got the mass, we need to now just double check to make sure we've removed all the water. Okay, so the way that we do that is we're going to repeat the last few steps where we heat it and weigh it to make sure we remove all the water. And then we'll know that we've removed all the water when 2 subsequent masses are approximately the same. They're really close together. And the reason why that's important is because if there were still waters left on it, after your first weighing, you heat it again, you'll be removing those remaining waters. And so the mass will change significantly. And so that means you still had some more waters on it. So you got to double check to make sure you removed all the waters from that second time and do it again. So you're going to keep doing it until the masses are about the same. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to heat this time just for 2 minutes. So we're going to turn on our Bunsen burner and we're going to see if we can remove any additional water. All right, once that's 2 minutes are up, we're going to turn it off, remove our evaporating dish, and let it to cool to room temperature. All right, now we're going to reweigh it. And this time we get a mass of 17.45 grams. So let's go ahead and write that into our data table. So this will go in as a second mass, okay? All right, so now if you compare the mass from the previous time, 17.56, and the one we just got, 17.45, those are significantly different, right? So because they're significantly different, that means we've removed some more water during this second heating. So we need to double check to make sure we removed all the water from the second heating by repeating it. And again, we're going to keep doing that until the masses are about the same. All right, so we're going to take our solid again. Let's go ahead and heat it for 2 minutes. Turn off our Bunsen burner. Remove our evaporating dish with tongs and let it cool to room temperature. Let's go ahead and weigh it. And this time we get the mass, 17.45. So let's go ahead and check that. That's the same mass. This third heating is the same mass as in the second mass. So that means we've already removed all the waters. The masses haven't changed, so all the waters are gone. So in that case, we can go ahead and stop. We don't need to do that fourth mass. All right, that's it for this video. You should go on now to the calculation section and then do the post-lab questions. All right, have a quality day.